there is a genuine reason for us to celebrate trust today. Starting from the fulfillment of the trust of God. That's the first thing. Ọlọ́run má dé ohun ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Aregbesola, because we didn't need, if God wanted, we wouldn't have made it to 2010. How many people would have thought that after waiting 3 years of struggling very hard, of which a lot of us were involved in one form or the other, Aregbesola made it to be governor? How many people? The story is very similar to Buhari's story. In fact, he's the one that waited so long up until Buhari waited this long. So that is the first fulfillment. The fulfillment of the trust of God. The second fulfillment is that God allowed him to finish 8 years. How many people have been able to? And then that's the second fulfillment of the trust. The third fulfillment is the trust people put on the governor himself, of which you all are his associates. For those who call him Marxist, for those who call him socialist, for those who call him politician, for those who call him whatever it is you want to call him. I believe he's a humanist. Whatever it is, God has allowed him also to fulfill his trust to the people. And I will explain why. You've heard a lot of things here about what we've achieved. But I will now tell you the result of what we've achieved, which is the impact of our efforts in 8 years. The end of every government is to deliver prosperity to the people. The Yoruba song, ladies and gentlemen, Osun is achieving impact. And I thought that I should share this with you so that you can feel proud. Which takes me to the second point. My understanding is that you are his people in many forms, and you also feel his pain. You feel when people criticize him. I want to tell you, feel proud. Feel proud. God has been amazing to him and to all of us. Yes, if you judge fulfillment by how much money you have, maybe you shouldn't feel proud. But if you judge fulfillment by how many people you've been able to reach, the kind of happiness you can have in your heart. Ladies and gentlemen, there are very few states in this country, and possibly in sub-Saharan Africa, that have achieved the kind of thing I've read out today. The population of Osun is 4 million. If you can lift 700,000 out of poverty, it is a big deal. Among so many things, let me tell you why Osun feel proud. Osun revived school feeding in Nigeria. Obasanjo just started it. For the record, it failed. Osun revived it in 2012. Today, Osun revived it and started feeding around 250,000 people from 2012. Children every day. I don't need to explain why it's important. Our fathers have explained it. Today, Osun has supplied over 316 million plates. Because we started in 2012, calculate it, 250,000 times 200 working school days times 6, you get that number. Osun has served 316 million plates. But let me tell you why you should be proud. Federal government has adopted it. There is no way they will talk about it today and they will say you got it from Osun. You should be proud that it is your own man, your own person, your own government, that is your own program. Oh yes, that he was there. I don't know of any social program to empower youth that took 20,000 people at once. I don't, and I'm not. Find out. I don't know. I don't know. And as Prophet Monadu said, we worked together in that project. In fact, the thing did not make sense. The government came and said, ladies and gentlemen, I have made a promise to deliver 20,000 jobs in 100 days and we have to do it. That was, governors are interesting people. They just talk. And then they tell everybody to go and figure out how to do it. But we did it. 10,000. What were they collecting before? We could have arranged for me to be collecting 50 million out of that 200 million. Fantastic now. That's the same 200 million that you could have shared among 2-3 people. That was the biggest youth-driven engagement program that I know of at once. Today, the federal government has empowered. Among so many other things, ladies and gentlemen, yes, summary is that Osun is already making impact at the national level. So your man is already achieving a lot, even beyond what he has thought of. And we all must be proud of it. Yes, food is still expensive. Yes, it is still difficult to make a living in this country. For 60 years of decadence cannot be turned around in 4 years. What I want to urge us is that God should help us to have more examples like him in all levels, from councillor to House of Assembly member to governor to president. People who can just be selfless and be committed to the betterment of the affairs of the majority. There are many examples. I believe an example of his is Oshibajo, because without Oshibajo, they would never have been school feeding. So it's because Oshibajo saw school feeding in Osun that he said, we will do it. I know because I was involved. It's because Oshibajo saw OES in Osun. That's why we have power. The prayer is that, what I want urge us is be proud that one of yours, unusually, because activists don't normally turn to governor, one of yours became governor and he did well because he's achieving results and that result is getting national. Be proud, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the last point. So I'm talking about trust, pride, and the last point is the future. And I think it is pertinent because of this, the quantum of young men that are here, who in the madness of what we have in this country, after saying all these things, they really need to know why they need to still be committed. And my message to you young men, the political class, and if you also have the activist class, is that gentlemen and women, it pays to do good. And the example is that of Aregbesola, but it's tough. I have to be honest with you. It is 1,000 times more difficult to do good in government than to do bad. I know, because I worked with government in one form or the other. But I tell you that in spite of all that, it pays to do good because of these results that I mentioned to you. Whichever endeavor you do, politics, activism, whatever it is that you do, Aregbesola is the example that if you just focus on good, you will be fine and you will not suffer. You may not be rich as Dangote. Let's be clear about that. But you will not suffer. Why? The person who has people around him is richer than the person who has money. Thank you.